Unedited, unfiltered, and raw. Welcome to my motherfucking YouTube channel, guys. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to give you guys a few reasons as to why I believe looks maxing is cope, okay? Alrighty. So let's just be real for once, right? I'm 29, I'm pushing 30, I'm unk status, so I guess take my word for what it is. I don't know how old you are, I'm just an unk speaking, and I'm actually an uncle. I'm not gonna lie. My brother had a kid a couple years ago. Kid's like 4 years old. Cool little guy. Anyways, man, here's why looks maxing is cope. Reason number one, okay? We are all unique individuals that have unique experiences. Let's for instance discuss this. Let's hypothetically say, you are a Justin Bieber looking ass motherfucker, right? You see someone looking like Justin Bieber and you're like, that motherfucker probably pulls bitches, women, whatever you want to, he's pulling. And let's say that Justin Bieber looking ass motherfucker lives in New York, right? And he goes to a prestigious high school. Versus the other Justin Bieber looking ass motherfucker lives in fucking Atlanta or some shit, right? And, this Justin Bieber looking ass motherfucker gets picked on. He gets bullied. Doesn't matter what state he lives in. Let's just say he gets bullied. He gets picked on. So you have two Justin Bieber looking ass motherfuckers. You have one living in New York. He's rich as fuck. He's, pulling left and right. He's having a great high school life, whatever the case is. And then you have this Atlanta Justin Bieber looking ass motherfucker who's getting picked on and bullied and harassed, since childhood. The New York one, he goes to live a great fucking life. He's doing great. The Atlanta motherfucker, he's having trouble. He's in the hood. Not that I'm associating Atlanta with the hood. I'm just talking about this very specific scenario that I'm making up out of my ass right now as I'm speaking. He's in the hood and shit, just like me, quite literally. He's in the trenches, right? He moves out the hood, maybe like a couple neighborhoods away, and he's living his life, right? And when people look at him, they're like, oh, this is a Justin Bieber looking ass motherfucker. He's a good looking guy. He's looks max without even realizing it. But this Justin Bieber looking ass motherfucker from Atlanta is used to a motherfucker staring at him for 2 seconds too long, right? And him taking it as disrespect. Versus the one in New York, he's like, oh, people just like me. That's why they're looking at me, right? So what I'm trying to explain to you is, man, that even if you look amazing, that if you had a shitty upbringing, it's not going to change the fact on how you react to scenarios. You have one person who's going to take someone looking at him in public in a great light, right? And then you have another person who's going to take it as a form of aggression. And this can all just be due to the area code you were born in and everything. It has nothing to do with how you look, right? I've seen the most prettiest motherfuckers get picked on. It doesn't matter, bro. You know what I mean? For instance, me. No, I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean, right? Your life experience is going to dictate how you intake certain things and how you're going to use it to actually even benefit you to begin with. That's why one reason why looks maxing is cope. Because it doesn't dictate, whether you get picked on, how the world treats you, the area code you were born in, your life circumstances, your own unique things that you go through among this life. A great example would also be, you guys seen the show 2.5 Men? Charlie Sheen. I remember an episode, and I remember this episode, and this was 15 plus years ago, man. As I said, I'm unk. I just still remember it till this day. He was dating some girl in college. She was ugly. He banged her still. And then once she graduated college, she came back into his life. He didn't realize it was her. She was super hot. And she, like, ended up fucking him over in that episode. And it's so funny and ironic because in that episode, it was like the whole I'm going to get back at you because you didn't treat me good in high school thing or college thing. And people don't realize how much that would actually be them, right? Everyone likes to look at that and be like, oh, that's just a fat chick glowing up, right? You know, she shouldn't be so vain. She should understand that she's attractive now and people treat her better. It's like, no, bro, if you were to go through such a glow up yourself, you would probably act just like that fat chick and be resentful too. Everyone likes to think they're this life maximalist where all of a sudden if things came into their world where they had an instant glow up, that they would take life and take advantage of it. No, you would actually probably turn bitter. You would be probably more bitter than the fat chick that now everyone sees as this hot skinny girl. You know what I mean? Like, you will be just like her. You'd be no better. You know, you would get this new power that everyone's starting to look at you. You may actually become anxious. Now no one noticed you before, but now everyone's noticing you, and now all of a sudden you're more anxious. You're going out in public and people are looking at you and you don't realize why people are looking at you. It's the same thing from the Justin Bieber dude from Atlanta, right? You don't know what to do with it now. So that's what I'm trying to explain. It's like, you know, how you grew up has a lot to do with how you are, who you are today. Example number 2, why looks maxing is cope. You're not a life maximalist. And I mean that by explaining, like, let me give you another example, another movie reference. If you were a life maximalist, you wouldn't be watching this video because you wouldn't have time. And what's the point of looks maxing if you were not a life maximalist? And a great example of this is the movie, you know, what was that movie by Will Smith? Pursuit of Happiness, right? The Pursuit of Happiness is such a great movie example in this. He used every second, every minute of his day to benefit his career because he had a kid at home, and just go watch the fucking movie. Basically, the dude had to fucking time taking a fucking piss, you know, to the minute of pursuing his dreams. Damn, I just spit. Anyways, this guy had to fucking bust his ass off so hard that he had to clock taking a fucking shit for 5 minutes and make sure he wasn't late to something very specific, right? And that's not you, bro. And what's the point of looks maxing if that's not gonna be you? Basically, what I'm saying is you have to maximize your life in order for this to even make sense. Are you gonna start all of a sudden selling a course by looking better? You know what I mean? Are you gonna what are you gonna do that actually benefits your looks, that's gonna benefit your life, right? Is the only end goal just to have sex? Is that the only thing that comes beneficial, is just women? It's like, bro, are you still a virgin? And I'm not saying that if you are, there's nothing wrong with that. But is that like the only thing, is like this ultimate release of 20, 30 minutes of pleasure? And then what? You know? Another reason why looks maxing is cope in life. Dude, go look at all the most successful men in like on this planet. Most of them are not the most fucking attractive looking people on this fucking planet, bro. Like, objectively not. You know, they are not the most attractive looking people. Looks maxing really benefits women, if anything. But even then, when it benefits women, it's like most dudes, like, you see it. Let's just put this shit out there. Let's say you see an attractive woman out in the wild, right? You're just walking, you're like, oh shit, attractive woman. You may think to yourself, should I slide? Should I not? Should I approach her? Should I, you know, what the fuck should I do? Damn, I keep spitting. It looks fucking ridiculous. Anyways, I'm not going to edit this shit. Let's say, you know, you see her out in the wild and you're like, damn, she's fire. Okay. You know, whether you approach or don't, there's like a 50-50 chance, right? Now, you're an attractive dude. You look smacks or whatever the fucking case is. An attractive woman sees you and you see her and you notice her noticing you, what are the chances of her actually sliding on you? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very low. So yes, you get the look to slide, and then you slide, and then what? You know, it didn't matter to begin with, bro. Someone's gonna find you attractive anyways to a certain extent. That's why it's like you don't need to looks max, you know, improve yourself. But looks maxing is like just to benefit off of having sex with multiple partners, I guess. And then what? You got to get STD tests after every partner, unless you don't care about STDs, unless your goal is just to have sex with as many women as possible. Then you got like other issues like mentally. Or maybe you're just like fucking 19, 20, and you're just like, you still haven't gotten that energy out of you yet. You know what I'm saying? But it's like there's more to life than just pussy, bro. Like don't get me wrong. Like, women are important. You know what I mean? Like, women are important. You should want to have sex. You should want, you should, have these desires. You should desire raising a family. You should, but looks maxing is not the way to this. Another thing, looks maxing is cope because you will literally not benefit to society. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you here on this planet for to do? Right? You're like 19, 20 watching this video maybe, and you're like, oh, I want to looks max to get this better and that better, and my outcomes come better. But it's like, what other skills have you possessed? And where you could say, oh, I'm developing other things. It's like, no, you're not, bro, because where energy goes, like, everything else flows, right? It's like, you're going to actually be putting quite a bit of time in this. What else have you built? You know what I mean? Like, what else are you doing? It's not just about the looks. So it's cope. And another thing, you're just going to be miserable, bro. It's like this whole like lean is law shit. Granted, I'm fucking lean, bro. I'm like 10% body fat year round, dog. I can show you guys my abs. If I get up, I don't know if the camera's too fucking close, but I got fucking abs all day. I'm like maybe 10% body fat. Maybe 10%. Like 12 tops. That was a horrible fucking angle and fucking lighting, and I just ate. No excuses. Anyways, go click on my page. You'll see how fucking lean I am. If you this is what I want to say, it's cope. Why looks maxing is cope is because my looks haven't really benefited me unless I'm going to go do something with them. It's being lean doesn't mean shit. Yeah, women look at you in public. I mean, they can't tell I have abs under my shirt unless I'm at a gym and you can see like my striations and my shoulders and shit, but it doesn't matter, bro. It's like, what, you just get a couple looks? Who gives a fuck? Oh, okay, she looked at me, she chose me. Okay, now what are you gonna go do with it, homie? Are you gonna go up to her? You still, it's like, okay, you go up to her and then what? You gotta ask her out on a date. You gotta pay for the date. There's so much more to life, bro, than just pussy. Like, I'm just trying to explain to you guys, there's so much more to this life than just pussy. Like, it seems like this is what the whole world is captivated on, is just hedonism and getting more sex. It's like, dog, there's more to life than just sex. Okay. Anyways, what else was I going to say? Oh, getting lean. Okay. This whole like de-bloating shit and getting lean and making lean is law. Yeah, dude, I like being lean. I made quite a bit of videos on how to get lean and shit. But let's just be honest, bro. If you're so hyper obsessed with your looks and to the point to where you're feeling inebriated to the point to where you're getting lean, which is like you're doing too aggressive of a deficit. One, you're not performing in this life. And two, it's like, bro, that's like the fucking skinification of men. You know how like women are like all of a sudden talking about like getting overly skinny. It's like, dude, men are all of a sudden hyper obsessed with getting skinny too now. And it's just like, Jesus fucking Christ, bro, to the point where we're having like an Ozempic epidemic with dudes who aren't even like 20 years old. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Like, how many of you guys are on like GLP-1s and GLP-3s and shit, bro? Like, that shit's fucking crazy, dog. You guys are like in fucking, like, you guys are like young. You're not even obese, but you're trying so hard to get lean to the point where it's just like, bro, you're just like an inebriated skeleton. Like, what the fuck is the point of this shit, bro? Like, I get it. Like, I get life is tough and shit, and everyone's like so in their own fucking head, but goddamn, looks maxing really is cope, especially as a man. Women have always been red pilled and black pilled and all this shit as since the beginning of time. But what benefit does it really do as a man when your whole like goal in life is to go and achieve things? What a lackluster life it is to wait and have, wait for things to come to you solely based on how you look, which is ever fleeing. How you look is ever fleeing. I'm 29, bro. I'm not going to look like this 5 years from now. Who gives a fuck? You may be watching this 19, 20, your looks are ever fleeing. And as a man, you should not live life insecurely. Like, oh, my fucking hair, or like, oh, my looks, my maxilla. I don't even know what a fucking maxilla means, but I've heard that term like fucking 20 times and shit, bro. There's more to this life than hyper fixating on things when you should actually be fixating on your performance and enjoyment of this life, right? Don't get me wrong, improve yourself, self-improve at all times, but to solely fixate on maximizing your looks and then to think it's not going to affect you mentally is just absolutely delusional. I'm telling you guys, everyone thinks they could skate away with living this life of hedonism and living this life of just purely like, I'm only going to take the benefits of this thing and then I'm going to use it to benefit me, but I'm going to avoid these detriments that come with it. That's not possible. All that goofy shit that people are doing to looks max, the insecurity is going to come with it. You are not this fucking super... I would honestly encourage people to think that they're dumber than they are, okay? Stop thinking everyone else is dumb and start thinking you are dumb. Okay, start telling yourself, hey, I might not be the most brightest person on this planet. If I deep dive into this insecure habit, I'm probably going to be insecure. I'm not only going to take the benefits of it. Okay, you're probably more bright thinking that you're a fucking brute than you are a genius, Albert Einstein ass motherfucker who's gonna benefit off everything that they do. Okay? Unless you are going to like sell some sort of fucking thing off of your looks, become a model and it benefit you, then this shit is fucking pointless. Okay, there's no point in looks maxing if you're gonna fucking work at Walmart where you're gonna looks max your way into fucking management. Okay, that's cool. Actually, I heard Walmart managers make quite a bit of money. But dog, it doesn't fucking matter unless you're gonna do something with it. Unless your actual income is from modeling, acting, or some shit. Like, and if everyone on this planet is just their goal is to be this like course seller, looking ass motherfucker, lean as law, face ass, goofy ass shit, and just take me for who I am on the surface level and fuck my life experiences head ass motherfucker, then goddamn we are going to live a shitty existence, guys. We are going to be living a fucking shallow and shitty existence. Okay? Because I'll tell you this, bro, I don't think people notice your looks that much. Like, yes, you get stares when you're low body fat and have a chiseled jaw and you're de-bloated, which is the dumbest shit ever. Being de-bloated is actually so fucking horrible. Okay, you know what being de-bloated is essentially? It's essentially when you're low in carbohydrates, low in fucking sodium. Dude, I eat 90% whole foods, okay? If I don't eat enough fucking sodium, I feel like this. I feel limp. I'm like, bro, to be de-bloated is the dumbest shit on this fucking planet. Yes, most of you guys don't have that problem because you're not as athletic as me and you don't do a lot of athletic feats. But, and you don't have that issue because you eat processed foods. But if you are truly eating healthy and you're doing everything you can to just be in great shape, you need sodium. This whole like de-bloating shit is so fucking dumb and dangerous. It's the equivalent of the keto diet, which we can go to in another video. It's just a low performance diet. You should not be living this life to be a fucking airhead and be debloated, okay? Being debloated essentially means you're going to have low performance in any aspect. You're going to have brain fog. You're not going to have enough sodium in your system. Like, it's just so fucking stupid. Like, unless you have, I'm not telling people to have egregious amounts of sodium in their system. I'm not saying that either, but you shouldn't be worried about your face being a little puffy here and there. Like, are you a fucking model? Like, are you about to go take an Instagram photo 24/7? Like, what do you need to be debloated for, dog? How many Instagram uploads do you do daily? This is what I'm saying. This shit only matters for internet ass motherfuckers. Because I promise you, being debloated on a regular basis and the actual effects of what you look like in person are absolutely irrelevant. It's like getting a nose job, I assume, right? It's like, yeah, does your nose look different on photo? Sure, but in real life, no one's going to be able to tell that difference in degree by like that little angle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it matters that fucking much, guys. I don't know, man. I'm just saying, bro, like, this shit is just ridiculous, and I've been seeing way too many videos on fucking looks maxing and people being dead fucking serious. But all of this shit is just cope, bro. You guys have, like, traumatic experiences and or just depression from how people treated you, and you're just coping, bro. And that's fine, dog. I get it. Life's hard. People treated you shitty, but they're not treating you any better because you look smacks. They're just noticing you more in public. You notice more people look at you. And yes, maybe people treat you better, but do you even know how to use it to your advantage? Or are you upset at the way people treated you before? It's like when a fat person gets skinny. It's like they can either become super happy or they can become super bitter about how everyone treated them in their past. Who's to say how you're going to react? You know? And even then, like, are you just going to become a piece of shit all of a sudden because you look better now? I don't know, man. Looking good's great, though. I'm not going to take anything away from that. I mean, I'm not going to act like looks don't matter. They matter, but they're not every little thing, man. I'm telling you, dog. Looking good isn't going to stop you from being broke. Looking good is not going to stop you from having to go and get a degree. Looking good is not going to stop you from having to partake in society events and stuff like that. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm the one coping. This is just a guy, 29 years old, just speaking on the top of my mind, man. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't fucking know. Well, anyways, world, till next time. Peace.